that exists was once either a dream of man or a dream of God. It is through dreams that prophets of all great religions receive their wisdom. Scientists contemplate the mysteries of the physical world, and artists conceive works that bridge the divide between the sacred and the profane. Indeed, the entire universe dreams of itself. Since the beginning of time, evanescent particles have danced through the quantum vacuum in a cosmic reverie so potent that if you were to awake, you would swear that it all really happened. What are these things we call dreams? What does the frontier of the dream world hold? The truth is out there. It just has yet to be discovered. What we need is a ship so that we can explore and discover. Discover unknown equations to make sense of reality. Discover unknown solutions to the world's biggest problems. Discover unknown truths about the nature of existence. At Prophetic, we are building the world's most reliable gateway to explore human consciousness. Because it is those who discover the unknown who enrich our understanding of the world. By stabilizing and inducing lucid dreams, we will pursue the answers to life's biggest questions.
We're live.
Welcome everyone to Toon Talk 2.0. We're here with my two co-hosts, Mr. Pan, Jakey Boy. Today we have a really good, interesting thing for three things that I want to talk. Topic. The first topic that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to name the three, well the two, but a personal touch, so people can stay tuned with us. We're going to talk about a big advance in AI, but we're not talking about the AI can make videos for social media.
Oh,
we're
no.
not talking about AI that is going to help your Word or your Excel to make lists faster, answer your emails. Now, I'm going to talk about the AI in medical technology and psychological technology. I know that a lot of people will talk about the Oura Ring, and that is fantastic, but we're going to take a step further today to make it better for everyone. And the second topic that I'm really excited about is about the Murdoch case. First of all, I love to say Murdoch. I really love to say that. It's not Smith, it's Murdoch, right? What happened yesterday, right, is a step forward of O.J. Simpson, to be honest with you. I've been so attached to this case. When it happened, I started doing research. Then the two TV shows, the one from Netflix is okay. The one from Hulu is Emmy Award.
I'm not gonna lie, Hulu tends to do crime better than Netflix. That might be controversial.
Because they just stole Netflix idea. So we're gonna talk about these topics, and let me tell you something, people. Today, this week I got the honor to prepare the podcast. So in advance of that, punishing my two co-hosts, I sent in 32 pages of information. So I'm really proud that everyone did their job. And so let's go with the tech. Do you want to go? Do you want to jump in, or what do you want to do?
You steer the ship, mon capitan.
Okay. Dude, the prophetic. That's the right word. The prophetic development, right? Or this device. And I'm gonna be simple for the people, right? This first device that we're gonna talk, gonna help you control your dreams, as you can see in the intro. You know how important that is?
I have concerns.
And I'm sure you will have concerns, and I don't know if I'm gonna have concerns, but I'm extremely optimistic about this case. Because let me share this with the audience, and Alexander Pan knows this. When I was 11, I got a big thing going in my life, right? A big trauma. And they teach me how to control my dreams so I don't have nightmares. So since I'm 12, I've been having these 10 to 12 minutes to prepare my dreams, and it teach me how to go to intense detail. So let's assume, for an example, I'm gonna dream tonight that I'm in a birthday party, right? So I need to think about the color of the roof of the house, how many stripes has the candle, how the cake is done, and continue have this memory exact. And when you do that exact detail, you actually go sleep, and when the REM hits you, right, the rapid what is energy motion? Is
Rapid eye
energy? No,
movement. Rapid eye
eye
movement.
movement. The rapid eye movement comes is when you go to the fourth level of dreaming and you start dreaming, and that precognition of what you prepare, actually you start dreaming about it. And it takes me years to master. To this point, I've been Spider-Man. I played in the NBA, right? Alexander, right, has no beard, right? Everything. You're sharing your screen. Like I try everything, right? He's changing devices.
Ah.
So the bigger point here is this device, right? And stay with me. This device, what it does is gonna numb your front cortex, that is the one that rests when you're sleeping, and awake it with electricity.
Yeah.
So you actually can control.
Now, no, hang on.
We
Are
have
they?
a little back.
I,
Yeah,
I,
we got a little delay. Pan.
yeah.
I think he died. Look at him. He looked like a really beaten Jesus Christ, don't you think?
I didn't know Jesus
Anyway.
was bald. More like Socrates. But now, is it? I could be getting it confused. I thought they were using sound waves to do that. Is it electricity?
Electricity with sound waves. It's so minimum that you don't know, right? But
Yeah,
the
but
thing is,
that's-
you put a bandana. How many Mr. Pans we're gonna have today?
Dun, 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 dun.
Pam, 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 pam. So we have a bandana here.
A bandana.
A bandana, right? A bandana. And then you go to sleep. But imagine this: how many times anyone in the audience or any one of you guys are dreaming that you're falling?
Yeah, that's happened before. I think everybody's had that at least a
Everybody
couple
does.
times.
When your oxygen is going down because you're not breathing correctly. Remember that I wrote a novel. Remember Parallax REM. So I went deep in studying this. That's what I found this device so magnificent. Your oxygen starts doing, and that's the way that your brain tells you you're falling. Wake up, so you can go. So everybody happen every position or why not. But this time, your brain is gonna tell you fly, breathe, right, or whatever you want to. And if we are honest, everything that we create start with a dream.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I funny not to get off track, but I have to share this. You'll appreciate both of these. I've had 2 repeated lucid dreams that I could remember. The funniest one, I found myself in like a slasher flick where it was Jason basically. It was a dude in a hockey mask, but except I think he had an axe instead of a machete, and it was weird because I became lucid in the middle of the dream, and I was like, wait a minute, this is a dream. Let's shoot this motherfucker.
That's amazing.
And so I got a shotgun, loaded that sumbitch with buckshot, and I decimated that motherfucker.
Now imagine that your brain, you woke up your front cortex. It's not the right front cortex, it's the lateral front.
Yeah. It's in here though.
It's in here, but it's right here, right?
Yeah.
And so, wow. Imagine that you have that dream and you're wearing this. Dude, you will have the best dream ever. Now, how many of us...
It was pretty sweet after I became lucid. I was like, this is kind of fun.
Have you ever dreamed that you're dreaming in a dream?
No, that's some
so
inception.
obscene.
That's some inception shit.
And I was going to that. That's what I mentioned it. Because now, with this device, you can do inception.
Yeah, well,
In a positive way.
I was going to bring up in Inception, it looks like they have a similar device. Like, obviously, they give them a sedative, but they've got something hooked up to them where they have to be lucid dreaming because they control themselves, or maybe the sedative is special. I don't know, in the context of the movie. But you would have to be lucid dreaming in a mission like that.
Yeah, but okay, let's imagine. I'm gonna go back to your example, right? You did naturally. With this device, where you can go, Jake?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. You start from the beginning. The other, which this is one, I've recognized it. It's a repeating dream, and I've recognized it. So now when it happens, I know I'm dreaming, and I just have fun. How do I explain this? So like you.
With the basketball team, all the black guys in the locker, right?
No, that's not lucid. I have no say in that one. Um, Alexander, you know this. You know how they explain in Dragon Ball how flight works. They explain how like you're actually pushing energy out of your limbs, and that's what you use to create the resistance. Here's
Right.
the weird part. I have a dream that every so often, and every time I have it, I get super pumped because then I realize, oh, I'm in the flying dream where I can fly. But the weird thing is, I can explain to you how that feels because I feel it in the dream.
You feel it.
That's how I
You
propel
feel it.
myself. I
Yeah.
can feel I know what that feels like, and every time I have it, I'm like, this would be so cool if I could experience this in real life because I fly, dude. It's so awesome. It's so
You know
Are
awesome.
there
what?
any in lucid dreaming though?
Do what?
Are there any dangers in lucid dreaming?
Not
No.
Like
really. Only if you are only
that you
you're in
have
a elmo.
that it's so negative that it produces some kind of trauma in your brain?
I
No,
mean,
that's actually what possibly, but part of the technology. This is for consciousness, mood, nervous system states, emotional resilience, subconscious experience, and cognitive optimization. How many
that's the
times?
big one.
Yeah, but how many times I go to sleep and you have a nightmare and you? I'm gonna go to the other. Stay with me. Have you seen these memes or these videos that the woman and the guy is sleeping and she wake up and start hitting him?
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, why? Well, I dreamed that you cheat on me, dude. That will never happen again.
It's
One,
a real thing.
it's a real thing. I
I
my my
I would
my.
freak out if I realized I was in a dream. Like I've never tried it just because of that.
The point is,
Maybe
though, you know you're dreaming from the beginning with this device. You know going into it.
yeah. Well, maybe yeah. I'm talking like lucid dreaming, like what people try and do nowadays, like without technology.
Hmm.
Like they train themselves just to be aware in the dream.
It's
Is
beautiful,
that?
man. It's beautiful, bro. For me, it's allowing me to sleep
I mean,
more
not
than
everybody,
people think.
not everybody can do it, and not everybody's trying to do it, right?
Nobody's trying to do it. It requires a lot of training and a lot of detail. However, I think seriously I wouldn't be a movie director, right, or a musician or a producer if I weren't aware of this because it trained me to listen to and aware of every little detail. Now, let me tell
He
you,
really does.
everybody knows Haley, right, in the audience, right? My stepdaughter, and she is special needs. So every time that he was having a anxiety situation, right? Because she got overwhelmed with everything, we go to this place to fly. What you say, Jake? So we fly together, and even she's in Canada, I'm in the States. We fly together at night, right? And we match in our dreams. Obviously, we're not. But I told her, where are we going to fly tonight?
The
Oh, she's
perception
like, I
is
want to
there.
go to
Yeah.
New York. Meet you in the Statue of Liberty, in the top? All right. And this has been for years, man. So we meet, and in her dream, she's meeting there with me, because I've been training her to dream. And then we fly over, and next morning, it's like, how was it? Oh, Central Park was amazing. It wasn't it? So actually, I met someone met in my dreams, right? I can wait for this device to come alive because that will make me unstoppable in my
Now,
mind.
now,
Obviously.
what if they combine this with something like a Neuralink, and you can physically? This is way off in sci-fi territory, but what if you could dream
Yeah.
together?
Oh, dude, all this was sci-fi territory
This
10
Sounds
months
great.
ago.
this is true. This is true.
We're
Dangerous.
talking to a device that it was sci-fi in Star Trek. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. That's
everything
true.
is possible.
Let me know when I can voice my concerns.
Espero estoy ocupado, por favor.
Uh, the reason, so the cultural implications are enormous, right? Because it's healthcare, therapy, education, gaming, military situation, advertising, entertainment, productivity system. That's the only thing that bothers me. I don't want to be in the middle of my dream and suddenly nobody can do it like McDonald can because I'm not paying the prime. So,
You know that's gonna happen, dude.
oh, I know it's gonna happen. Like I don't.
Like you're
I
doing,
don't care about
you're doing a,
Netflix. I don't care about Hulu. I don't care about that. Right? To have commercials.
you're
I
doing,
don't care because
you're doing the military training, right? And you're doing a war game in the dream, and you and all your buddies are in there, and you're getting ready to storm a hill, and then one of them just looks over and is like, you know, it would be awesome right now. And this is Inception shit. So when you wake up, he's like, a fucking Big Mac. And then you wake up, you're like, I want a fucking Big Mac.
And the guy's like, why are you shooting crazy? I want Snickers. Yeah, no,
You're not
I'm with
yourself
you.
when you're hungry.
I was saying, I got all, you guys, and we talk about this many times, I got every app streaming services because it's part of our job, right, in our company. But
I like
pay.
the idea of technology advancing. I like that. I think it's unstoppable. It's
Yeah,
not
but then
even a
you're gonna
question.
have to. But then you're gonna have to pay the premium subscription
No,
for
but that's what I'm
Dreamscape
saying.
to get the
We
ads out
have
of
all
there.
the streams with commercials,
Yeah.
but the only one that I can't stand is YouTube. YouTube, I pay premium, so I don't have commercials.
It's
Why?
obnoxious.
It's obnoxious because the commercial is 10 minutes, right? And you cannot tell in a podcast, hey, your dick is leak, because then you're going to have 17 commercials or erectile dysfunction, right? Because that's how it is
Huh?
in YouTube. But either way, so
Sounds-
that's the name. What is the name of that product, guys? Is the Prophetic. The website is www.prophetic.com. The band is going to get released in 2027. And then let's go to the Muse headband. You want
This
to talk a little
thing's
bit about it?
wild.
You want to talk a little bit? I can read the description if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Muse is an egg-based wearable designed to monitor brain activity during meditation and sleep. The product provides real-time feedback on focus, distractions, calmness, relaxation. Users of described experience are turning meditation into measurable performance data. You know how hard it is? One big problem that we have when people go on a coma, to this point, people induce the coma so the body, regenerates. But there's always the wondering if she's going to wake up back. This will help prove the enhancement. And I'm going to go totally the pit here, right? A kid gets damaged in a boarding, an adult. I'm going to say that. I take it back. An adult gets in a boarding accident, right? And they need to put in these cold beds, and they need to recover for 8 months. But if they induce him to coma, it will be 4 months, right? Because a lot of damage with the burning skin, a surgery, is that people are too impatient and they move. So
Well, I
they're
think
gonna
it's
put him
sometimes
in-
it's a pain maintenance thing.
It could be. It could be a lot of factors, right? We're not doctors, everyone. The warning: we're not doctors. We're putting an example of entertainment. But if you have this and you're monitoring,
What worries me about this technology is that dreams are such a mystery, you know? It's not that like we know what's going on exactly in our brains when we dream.
I kind of do.
I'm worried it'll become, and I'm not even. I don't think I'm being paranoid. I think it's a given. This is going to become an opiate, so to speak.
Yeah, they're gonna totally
Oh, yeah,
recall you.
guys
You're gonna
remember
wake up thinking
Demolition
you're like,
Man?
Do what?
Do you remember Demolition Man? Demolition Man.
exactly.
How
Oh,
they
I
have
got-
sex. It's exactly like that.
Oh,
but wait.
I've got an even
now
better
you can
example.
put this. I'm gonna go back to the previous product. You're gonna put this, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna be Hugh Hefner tonight, and I'm gonna wake up happy. Believe me.
Melina.
If I wake up in the morning, right, and your dream was perfect, you're in a good mood all the time. Stay with me. And then you already monitored your data and you realize that at 3 a.m. you go to your right, your heartbeat is started, right? You use the meditation and that, you can have 8 hours of... How will you feel, Pan, if you sleep actually 8 hours solid, bro? When was the last time you sleep 8 hours, Pan? Even he froze.
Like
Right now.
no, couple of weeks maybe.
Couple of weeks. You know how hard that is? I wake up around
Yeah.
3 a.m. every day. Remember when we started the podcast, Jake? Remember that I used to wake up at 4:30 every day to start working out.
Yep.
I wake up at 4:30, so I need to go to the bathroom, and then I go back and sleep again. But at 4:30, sometimes I wake up and I go like 4:28, and I stand up because I don't sleep next to my phone. I go like 4:29 or 32, right? I play that game with myself. That sounds really bad. I play the game of time with myself, but I think that
Play
these
with your-
devices are going to be really good, man, for people and in many levels, more in the medical things, right?
They're
Well,
be real.
mental health specifically. But the example I was going to bring up, there's actually an episode of Batman Beyond that does
I know
this
it.
exactly. Spellbinder, it's such a great episode. It's so good. Spellbinder, who is an underrated villain in the Batman Rogues Gallery, only because he was in Batman Beyond and doesn't have a larger story arc. But I mean, like, that dude's genuinely scary. Like, but what he does, he creates a, what would you call it? Like an orb, and he gets kids to go in the orb, and they can live out there. They're basically in a dream state like that. They live out their fantasy in real time, but there's a cost. So right at the height, he pulls them out, and he's like, okay, now you got to go steal shit or pay me money.
So, just for the record, you just described when Pinocchio goes to the island.
No, because he actually goes to the island.
I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, no,
Uh,
but yeah, it's such a great episode because they get addicted. It becomes a chemical dependence
It's
in
a
their.
drug.
Yeah, it's a drug. It's
But bro, what do you prefer? I know the answer. I'm talking generally. That a person needs to smoke weed to go to sleep, that a people need to put 2 pills to sleep, or he put a bandana, raise her moderation, help them meditate and fall asleep without any kind of chemistry in his body. Because we're normalized drugs some more. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about cocaine and I'm talking about general drugs, right? I know people that go, oh, take an aspirin. Dude, aspirin doesn't work for cough.
I'm married
right?
to one.
I have a headache. Cure an aspirin. Dude, it's annoying because they damage your body and your liver and
And
your
how does the
kidneys so
head
much.
work though? If it's not introducing anything into your system? I mean, it obviously is. Is it using like sound waves? How does it
Yeah,
work?
but sound wave is way better than weed, smoke, bro. Just for the lungs. Forget
Yeah.
about the effect. Just for the lungs.
Well, that's what I'm worried about
Right.
too. Is we don't know what sort of effect. I understand that like on a surface level, the sound waves are not strong enough to do any damage or anything, but over prolonged use, I mean, we don't know.
We
don't know.
We don't know, but that's the beauty of technology, guys. I know people are afraid of AI, but the beauty of technology is we don't know. How many people are watching us, right? We don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's a rhetoric question.
Well, but it's even
I don't know.
you
But
really
we don't know
don't,
somebody. Yeah, we don't know.
because you're
So
assuming
we
YouTube's
communicate-
metrics are correct, and I can tell you from experience,
they're
not
not.
always.
So I'm gonna jump to the next product, right? The next product, I'm gonna just mention it for the good because I want to run out of time. The Apollo Neuro is gonna help you to improve sleep, emotional regulation, focus, and stress recovery. That will save a lot of lives. But I'm gonna jump a little more. I'm gonna go to
Sounds like
I'm gonna go to Galea.co. Holy shit! Listen to this, guys. OpenBCI Galea combines EEG, heart monitoring, facial muscle tracking, eye tracking, and VR integration into a single platform. The concept is to allow virtual environments to respond to human emotional and cognitive states in real time. It's the ultimate game experience. As
Oh,
a gamer,
It was funny. It was so funny because when you introduced this like a week ago, I was thinking to myself, I was literally like, well, realistically, the next step in gaming is probably game rooms, but honestly, probably not because it's too expensive hardware. This is going to be it.
around in 20, when was the pandemic? 2020. In February of 2020, I went to LA and I finished a meeting. I remember I was on the suit and whatever in an agency. And I'm like, dude, I need to kill because I was traveling. So probably was before, probably 2018, because I wasn't living there. The point is, I was traveling, and I need to kill 7 hours. The meeting took 40 minutes, but I prepared for hours. And I went to it's not Ross. What is the other store that sells really
Marshalls?
cheap clothes? Marshalls. Look at you. You're good for that. I went to Marshalls and I bought some tennis shoes, right? Any sweatpants. Because in front of the Marshalls in the Broadwalk in Santa Monica, they have a virtual room.
Oh, nice.
Holy
It's cool, isn't it?
shit! I went, they put the vest, they give me my gun, right? And obviously it's not cheap, but you could pay in that time, right? $35 per person, 1 round, or 100 the whole day. And I'm like, dude, I need to kill hours. I put my $100 and I play Mutants, Star Wars, the Jumanji 2, dude. And it's so good because at the end of 4 games, They told me you need to relax. Like, fuck, I got Oculus in my house, dude.
Well,
This
but
is
I
not
mean,
even
that's
hurting me.
probably not bad advice. You're a little bit more used to it, but like
that's
it
what I
is a
told you.
different sensory
But I've been playing
experience.
Oculus for what, 10 years from the first
Yeah.
one that it was a demo. So I told him I got Oculus, and he's like, "Oh, okay, you can go ahead." I said, "No, let me see the room without the thing."
Oh, that
They're like,
must have
"Sure,
been
because we
awesome.
need to clean." They turn it in, bro, and it's a maze. And in my mind went. Now I play Oculus again. One of my favorite games is Star Wars. Every time that Darth Vader comes in front of me at 6'4" and told me, "You're gonna learn to use the Force." I know the game upside down. I finish it in every possible level. I can do this with with my lightsaber. Bro, every time that I play that, sometimes I just need to go like, "Whew,
Yeah.
he's not here." Why? Because I put headphones extra, right? I put a vest too. I went the whole experience. This one that they're gonna present in 2027, I'm gonna be the first one to go and buy it, man. I don't care how much it's gonna cost. Why? Because back in the day, I used to date somebody in Oculus. We went on dates on Oculus, right? And it was extremely fun. I'm wondering with this game, imagine that I go on and we do a podcast, right? Meanwhile, we're playing, the three of us. And we're in the same room, but in different places. I think that that's the next step of, you know what? This was my idea at YouTube. The next step podcast, virtual gaming. Meanwhile, yeah, it would
Well,
be great.
that's what I'm saying, because
I
like
have a
Star
question
Trek.
about it. Oh,
What?
I have a question. I have a question about this technology because it sounds great. Like having a multiplayer experience remotely sounds doable and sounds fun. But I have a question. Who regulates the builders of the technology? Like who regulates?
Nobody at first, and then eventually
Nobody.
the government will stick their nose into it because somebody will do something stupid and ruin it for everybody, like
Yeah.
everything.
Because there's a lot of space for abuse,
Yeah, but
right?
there's a comedian called Carlos Vallarta in Mexico that in his third thing, he's like, I went to America. And I was so amazed that I went to Walmart and I see next to the avocado has, right, a rifle. That's a really country of contrast. And he mentioned it. And then I'm scared to go in America. That's what he says, right? I'm going to try to quote it. Because these guys kill people for fun because they're bored, right? They go into a shooting. So my question is, why didn't do anything? Well, every time it happens, the president, back in the day was the same president that we have today, came out, and what they do, they blame the video games. But right? So the game is forbidden in the state of Oklahoma, but the rifles are 3x2 this weekend, right? So, like, to answer your question, Alexander, is nobody regulates it till somebody fuck it up. That's America.
Remember
That's
when the
America we
internet
love.
wasn't regulated?
Remember when Mac wasn't allowed
Yeah.
because he got too many fonts?
Right. Remember when the internet wasn't regulated, which still isn't, right?
That's
You can-
hilarious.
Can't you do whatever you want online?
Sure, you can.
Yeah. There's no censorship.
It's not censorship unless you say the word.
Well, no, because they got smart and they realized you don't police the people, you police the platform, and then the platform will police the people for you.
Okay, so there is some regulate. I mean, it's necessary to regulate these
I'm
things
not
because
saying it's not. I'm just saying that what
I
happens
say
is
that if they start regulating, that's when we're gonna see commercials.
yeah, for 100%.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest, this is for mental things. Of course, me, with the example that I started the show, I know how to program my dreams. I can say I know how to program my dream. This will take me to the next level of programming, right?
Yeah.
For the person that can't sleep, because we talk about 5 different products, it's going to be better gaming, better in sleeping, more data of health, right? And more meditation. Bro,
This will be amazing for PTSD.
what? That was a joke. Either way,
for sure. I have my concerns, you know.
conclusions. Come
Yeah.
on, conclusions of this topic. Come on, who goes first?
Well, I mean, obviously, like any new technology, it can be used for good or ill. I think there's going to be a lot of good, and I think there's going to be a lot of bad, but ultimately it comes down to the individual. I'm just worried, my concern, like, I'm not worried about me, I'm worried about the kids that are going to be growing up with this. And it'll come. I'm going to butcher the quote, but in the first pilot of Star Trek, Vina has a line, because in that, for those who don't know, I'll paraphrase. The alien species can create fake worlds, but to you, it's real. You can touch, taste, feel, all that stuff, even temperatures of things. And she said something to the effect of, their society became ruined because when you start living in dreams more than the real world, you forget how to take care. I'm butchering the quote, but you forget how to live in the real world until it's too late.
A great conclusion.
Well, because remember,
I'm
sorry not to cut you off, but remember Everworld, that controversy?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm old, but like there were people that were spending more time on. That was the first MMORPG, right? If I'm not mistaken, the first big one.
Not exactly.
It was the first big one. And there were people that were spending more time in Everworld than they were living their real lives. Like, it was affecting their jobs. Like, they were losing weight because they weren't eating. Their hygiene and mental health suffered. Now, that wasn't the norm, but there were people that was happening to. Because most people are going to be able to turn it off and say, oh, that was fun. But just like everything else.
There's always abuse of everything. But
Sure.
I'm going to shut up. Conclusions, Alexander?
In conclusion, I believe that this technology is feasible. I think it's going to be a reality.
Technology is punishing him.
But I also worry.
The gods of internet are stopping him.
You see today how easy. You see how easy it is today to influence people's thoughts and get them to think like you want them to think.
Yes.
So if you introduce a technology that gets inside their heads,
Yes.
I worry that someone is going to try and manipulate the masses
Yes.
into, thinking a certain
Yes.
way. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yes. No, I'm with you. Let me throw my conclusions. I think this.
No,
technology
that
is
virus
amazing.
totally came from bats.
Of course. But hold a second.
Don't ask any questions.
Fauci is God. He tried to save us.
Bad.
Bill Gates is a good human. Anyway, and nobody can do it like McDonald can. Anyway, let me go back.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The really
Damn,
important here
I
is
can go for a Big
is that
Mac
it's
right
not
now.
regulated. But imagine in a point in life, this is a stupid dream of mine. A government, instead of killing each other, his army put this Neuro link. They want the Neuro link, and they go into a virtual world to destroy the ship, and the winner wins. Right? There's a lot of I say a dream of mine. But guess what? I'm gonna get this thing in 2027 and dream about that. So my thing is like everything. You use it with conscience. You use it to improve yourself, not to damage somebody, or you will be fine.
Well, this is why
And-
ethics are important, and unfortunately, we're not teaching people ethics anymore, because ethics teaches you self-restraint for the better good, among other
I
things.
don't know what they took ethics from school, but let me tell you something really fast before we jump to the second one. Talking about people don't care about the rest, and Alexander, and you say about the people losing weight or whatever. You know that we're in a crisis of truck drivers in the nation. Just for a second, give me a second.
It's more?
We're in a crisis. Wait, more? And you know why is the reason?
Why?
Osebnik. Because
Really?
people are eating less. It's an analysis that I've read in the Times yesterday. People are eating less. Listen to these guys, from 60 kilograms to 200 kilograms of food less a year. Per all the billions of people that we have, they are not shipping it anymore because they're getting bad in the supermarkets because people are eating less. So anyway, we're going to talk that in another circumstance. Next one.
Well, speaking of new products, we want to, which I guess it's not new, but it might be new for you, is our friends at PSX Nova, who's literally our friend at PSX Nova. So we'll do a quick word from them.
Yes, we will.
Let's close the gap for you. More time, more money, more freedom for you. Behind every brand you see, there's one intelligent engine, PSX Nova, the AI infrastructure that powers Forsand Corporation. A connected universe where automation, design, and innovation collide, Nate. Move faster, scale smarter, rebuild ecosystems. Invest once, and your capital touches every division. This is the future of enterprise. Scale. Intelligent, automated, exponential. Powered by PSX Nova, we use AI to help you.
Okay, we're
Thoughts.
back. We're back to the Murdochs.
Murdoch. Well, I guess we gotta play that intro too, don't we?
Yeah, well, if you're back, people, if you have an idea, a concept, we will support you. We will get you funding. Just contact us at PSX Nova, Alexander at psxnova.com, Max at psxnova.com, and we talk about it. Let's have a meeting and listen to your idea, and let's make your dreams a reality. And please, Jakey boy,
Oh, sorry,
I worked really hard in these next 3 minutes of editing.
Well, before I play that, I have to point out how I love the fact that you said I was gonna be the naysayer. And I feel like Alexander was the one who was like, absolutely not. And I'm like, it's cool, but I have concerns.
Well, but probably, but it's natural. It's just concepts, right? At the end of the day, right? We will be whoever we are.
All right, so
Are we live, right now?
Yeah, we are. I haven't played it
Okay.
yet.
Before you play it, right? I wanna say thank you to the people in Hulu and Disney that allows to use this next clip. This next clip is created by Hulu. For Hulu streaming services, and we're just using it for entertainment commentaries.
God, this is Alec Murdoch. I need police and an ambulance immediately.
Looking back, sometimes I feel like I'm living a life I never was supposed to live.
Oh, sinner, you better get ready. Oh, you better get ready, hallelujah.
The Murdochs are a South Carolina legal dynasty.
Y'all know me. I'm an honest man.
Oh, you cheating bastard.
It's only cheating if you get caught.
The times are coming when the sinner must.
What happened?
There's been an accident.
They find her?
One's still missing. You get these kids to keep their mouths shut, and their parents too.
How bad is this for us?
I'm working on the story. The Murdochs have a history of trying to cover things up.
You happen to run into any of Mr. Alec's medication?
And you think he's taking it again?
What else is there that I don't know about?
We got to have each other's backs. Family first.
Get down on your knees and pray.
The Murdochs tell you not to talk to me. They have connections all the way up to the governor. I think we've only scratched the surface of what's going on here.
Be careful. These are very, very powerful people.
State grand jury is opening an investigation into a possible cover-up. Do you have any idea the damage you have done?
Somebody's out there hunting us.
Go to the mirror. Look at yourself. See what that man has to say. The one staring back from the glass.
I know you've been lying to me.
I'm the one that's gonna do it, not you! Me!
These Murdoch men? Yeah, you have to sacrifice a lot of things to make them the men that you know that they can be.
You better get ready.
This here's to the Murdochs. Long may we live.
Amen.
And Macedo, we have breaking news. The South Carolina Supreme Court is overturning Alec Murdaugh's double murder conviction. A jury found Murdaugh guilty of murdering his wife and son in 2021. But the state Supreme Court just found a court clerk interfered with the jury by attacking Murdaugh's credibility.
And I come and check it out.
Oh, yeah, I love
this
this
record
one.
is crazy.
Oh.
Wow.
Come on, guys, we got a show to do. Let's go. Wait. Oh, wait.
Isn't that a shock, guys? After all we know about the case, after all we've seen, suddenly the correct me if I'm wrong, the Supreme Court or the state of North Carolina decide to say, you know what, he's not guilty, let's go again.
Well, I don't. Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. I guess they haven't technically. I'm sorry. I'm getting into legalese here. I guess technically you're right though. They haven't said he's not guilty. They're just saying that the conviction was.
The conviction was wrong, but if the conviction was guilty, he's not guilty again until proven the opposite. Right. So right now he's not guilty.
So he's getting. If I understand it correctly, he's getting a retrial.
He's getting a retrial, but dude, it's like sequels never been better than the first one, and now these are, dude. This sequel is this is a twist. When I thought it's like when you're reading a book and you go like, holy shit, it's almost done. Fuck no, it's another 4 episodes.
That's exactly. Have either of you guys played Tales of Symphonia?
No.
It's my favorite game ever. I maintain that at least from a story perspective, it's the best game ever written because you're getting to, and it's funny because it says on the disc it's like over 80 hours of gameplay, and I'd been into it for probably about 20 hours, and I'm like, we're getting pretty close to the end goal here, and then you get there and it completely flips it around, and there's more than half the game left after the big twist, and it's so good.
I will give it a shot.
You'll love it.
I probably will because I love to get surprised. You know, I lose because of my life. I was talking this with a lot of people. Alexander, and you know this. I don't get surprised anymore. I don't get shocked anymore. And when I really get shocked, I love that feeling, right?
Because
when I go to a movie, because I'm analyzing the script. Yeah. Because if somebody in my life, right, is like somebody's like, I'm gonna buy a new car. I go like, yay! Right? My mind doesn't work like that. I feel good for them, right? But I don't get impressed. And when something impressed me, and I gotta tell you this, when I watched the Murdoch show on Hulu, at that point I already watched the HBO, YouTube. Like for me, it's like they have this wrong, right? The first episode. But then when the nanny dies, I go like, God. Shit. And then when you see Tommy, that is the alter ego of the son, that every time he gets wrong, Timmy goes out, and I get. I'm gonna make a really fast story for the people. The Murdochs is a really wealthy family of lawyers in South Carolina. They've been there for various generations, and their connections are so big that they go all the way to the government, right? I'm talking about high government. I'm talking about the government. I'm talking about White House government because they're really the prominent, and they've been the family of the town, if you will. Then, third generation, we have 2 lawyers that work with the dad, right? They're adults. The dad is a senile guy. And the youngest son has 2 kids. One kid that apparently is homosexual, but we cannot confirm or deny that in the whole show. The second one, he's a spoiled little brat with a nanny till he's 20, right? That he got a better relationship with the nanny than with the mom, because the mom is not a mad mother, but spend more in society or worry about dumb things. The dad is a drug consumer, heavily pills, right? Consumer. And because of that addiction, he started taking money and loans, and all the cases that he win from insurance promise the money to the clients, and he keep the money to himself to keep this huge life, that because they live in a ranch with acres and acres and acres, right? You know, they love to hunt, and he find himself with his circle is getting so close that when something happened bad, everything implode. The father dies, they lose the whole protection with the government. The older brother is a disciplined guy. That is not like the Murdoch, right? Like the Alex Murdoch. And the youngest, right, using drugs, spending more than he's supposed to, taking money for his clients, taking loans, making bank frauds. Right now, even he gets free, right, not guilty from the murders that we're going to talk in a second, and still he's going to spend 12 years in jail because he did a federal fraud. But let me go back to the murders. Little Timmy, when the son gets wrong, little Timmy appears and he was in the boat with 6 other kids, and he crashed the boat because he was going too fast. And guess what? One died, well, disappeared, that it was the girlfriend of the best friend. Obviously, he becomes a pariah because the dad tried to erase everything, saying, I'm going to take care, I'm the lawyer, right? You to protect his son. But then the family that lost the daughter, right, are going crazy suing them. But everybody's afraid of the Murdochs in that county. Everyone. Fast forward, one night, suddenly Alex Murdoch called on the phone and say, 911, somebody shot my wife and my son in the where the dogs are. They have cages for dogs and the chickens. Now, everything you're going to wonder if it sounds like it's science fiction. You're going to wonder if it's for the insurance money. You're going to wonder if it's for he can cover the federal fund, because America can be cutthroat, but if you lose a person close to you, they even go ahead, do your mourn, and then come and pay me, right? Or it could be because he was high on drugs, or because the wife was forcing him to stop drugs.
I would like to know what's the drug that makes you kill your family?
When you're taking 20 pills for pain, bro, you can do whatever.
PCP?
No, he was taking
acid.
No, he was taking drugs for the pain.
Like Agent Orange? Was he like taking
I've heard 2 people who have dropped acid, one of which told me an experience of killing a grizzly bear and cutting its stomach open to get a beer, and it turns out he just opened his fridge.
Nice.
Okay, just for the record, who will kill a grizzly for a beer? I mean, for a pizza, I get it, but for a beer?
Anyway, well, I think the grizzly came after him, and then when he cut it open, because I mean that's what you do. It had beer in it.
Self-defense. Yeah.
You know what? It's funny that you go to his house and he's sitting on top of the bear, drinking his beer.
In his mind,
anyway,
sure.
Anyway, so Murdoch, guys. So, bottom line, he get convicted, but now, this happened in 2022. This is not an old case.
Yeah.
Suddenly, yesterday, the Supreme Court of North Carolina said that the district attorney and an officer tainted his image against the jury for all what happened around everything. So they missed trial.
Yeah.
And now they're going to go again. And that's big, because I'm going to go back to O.J. Simpson, right? O.J. Simpson, it doesn't fit, right? What was the thing? It doesn't fit?
If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Acquit, that's the word. Yeah. But now, right, when he got...
Jackie Chan.
But in the next 7 months after he got acquitted, he went to a court with no media, with no cameras, and they put him in jail 17 years, right? For a fraud that he was paid a fine and 6 months of social service. Because at this point, and I love our notes that it says, people are not consuming this as a trial. I cannot find it. They're consuming it as what's going to happen in the next episode.
Yeah.
And
it's entertainment.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's entertainment.
Well,
a lot of people watch it. They like to, it's, what's the word in Spanish? Morboso,
Morboso, Morbius, sketchy, something like that.
Morbid,
morbid.
They want to see, I don't know, bad things happen. I don't know.
It was funny. Season 1, did he do it? Season 2, was the entire system compromised? Right? What is the scariest part of this? The audience now is waiting for the next episode. I'm excited to know what's going to happen. Because if he proves that he's not guilty? Go ahead.
If I can just say something about this whole... because this...
It's
not happening behind... This isn't happening behind closed doors, right? This is something that's happening in plain view. Everybody can see it, and that's an American thing. That's the whole point of America, is like they don't keep information from people. They want everybody to be educated. So, because America operates that way, because they're so open and transparent. I know that there's skepticism towards the government. I know all that stuff, okay? But because this is happening, people in other countries are more familiar with how these things work. People in other countries are more familiar with court procedures and terms like appeals and prosecution and juries and things like that. And I think that's important for that. I think that's an important product that America exports to the world.
Yeah, the flip side of that though, and I don't even know how I should say this. I don't love the fact that, especially in high profile cases, but I mean they do this just about anywhere. I don't like the fact that they release mugshot stories for arrests because that person hasn't been convicted yet.
Of course.
But the perception's already there, and to your point, people misunderstand. It's like, just because you've been arrested doesn't mean you're guilty necessarily.
You need to prove it with evidence, and you need to go through the whole system.
Now, like, before anybody jumps on me, it's like, no, I think they should release it after conviction, for sure.
Yeah. Yes and no, because they need. I understand why they do it.
Why do they do it?
I mean, why do they do it? Because they're not intending to hide anything. They're not trying to.
I don't agree with you on that, buddy. I know that you are more American than Jake and me. I know that. And I know that God bless America more than 90% of America. But what you're saying is a dream that it has supposed to be, but they don't release the shots, the mock shots just for that. They release it so they see that we're working, so the tax get paid to them, so they can get money for the next year. That's the reality.
But you agree with Jake that releasing the mock shots early,
it's a mistake.
I'm not even going to go so far as, I'm not going to go so far as to say it's a mistake. I just think that it, from my
point of view, pussy, it's a mistake.
No.
They're tainting somebody's life.
I was going to say,
what if the guy's innocent?
Well, I'm going to give you an example of when they released a mock shot and it worked out fine for the person when they arrested Donald Trump, right?
Yeah,
when they charged him,
but he's got the means to.
But he's the president of the United States, bro. It's untouchable.
Wait, but he didn't pay people off to boost his popularity because of the mugshot. People liked it. People liked the fact that they released the mugshot of Donald Trump because they thought that.
But people knew who he was before that mugshot came out.
Fair enough. Okay.
Plus, he was accused of a political crime, not like
right. But you gotta admit,
let me tell you something.
Right? He didn't.
Let me tell you something for a second. It works when it's media, because every one of the rock stars that does like that, they sells more albums. I get you that. But let's assume a guy, right, that he was driving, right, and a motorcycle. Hopefully this never happens, all right, or any coincidence with anyone, right? Every more coincidence. A guy is going a motorcycle. I know I'm not really aware of the legal terms now that I'm going to be famous again. A motorcycle and a kid in the back. And this guy passes the red light, and the one that he was driving is not drunk, is not tired, right? Right guy get arrested. Why? Because it's possible involuntary manslaughter. Involuntary manslaughter, the guy go to jail, then they check the cameras to jail, not to prison. That's two different
to jail. That's different. I had explained that just the other night, actually. I was asked, why aren't they wearing jumpsuits? I'm like, because they're in jail, not prison.
They're in jail, not prison. So they watch the video, right? And they go like, holy shit, the other guy passed a red light. The guy that drunk, he was high. The kid wasn't his, right? The kid, right? They both died. But that guy with the mugshot, bro, he's tainted for life.
Forever. Yeah, that's
what
I'm
even he doesn't do it.
Yeah, that's the power of I don't know,
No, that's the power of mugshots being released on page 1, and the story about him being acquitted is on page 12.
Let me tell you a personal story. Remember I'm not going to say the case because we spent years of cleaning this. But a person that I never met, that I fired online from one of our productions in Denmark, you two know the story, right? Accused them because I say improper things to her in person. I grab her. The woman never was in America. She never visited America in her life. I never met her in person, and I fired her because she was not a good actress. So I'm producing online, right? I have an assistant with 2 phones here, remember, right? Looking everywhere because I can't go to Denmark. And I said, dude, I went back and I said to the director, she's not good enough, buddy. She needs to go. So months later, she accused me of that. What happened? Years later, she started dating the owner of the TV in Denmark. So they make a special of an hour basing her word. And I sued them for mislandering, and I won the case in international. Well, after 1 hour of talking shit about me and make me persona non grata in Denmark, name me persona non grata in Denmark, a year and a half after we won, thank you, Stephen, right? Whatever you are, right? And after we won, Stephen was my lawyer, he passed last year, just so everybody knows. And we won, they say in a note at the end of the newspaper, well, Max Forsen was a confusing and that's it.
Yeah.
Everyone, I still am afraid to go to Denmark. And Shakespeare was right.
Well, I remember that shows you the power of public opinion, right?
But
public
opinion is
bad.
I mean, what was I going to say? Public opinion is steer.
Alzheimer, buddy. It's a steer.
It is, but it's very important.
Okay, I know it's important. Okay, it's not the same. If like this, I'm gonna use a perfect today example, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna agree with me. If we start talking about the murder case, and you don't see the video, read the document, either of you, your perspective will be less cultivated and educated than what we have right now. We read about it, we know about it, right? That's being a journalist, a politician, a social figure, whatever the level is. But sometimes Joe Stevens, that came from working in the farm, right, exhausted, he just sit on that, open the phone and say, the murder case went like this, the Supreme Court, fucking politicians, boom. And that's when it goes wrong.
Well,
because you need to be educated and cultivated to have an opinion.
Well, here's
a good opinion.
Here's another example, though. You got, now I'm not here to say whether or not he did or didn't do it, but let's assume, for this example, let's assume that Michael Jackson was completely innocent.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Like, he had that. Now, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. I was never there. But assuming, for the sake of the example, that he was completely innocent of everything that they said they did, and it was just a money grab, that followed him for the rest of his life.
Yeah, because of the importance. I mean,
and was never convicted, mind you.
He was never found guilty of anything.
Hold a second. Time out. A lot of people got that conception. Michael Jackson never got guilty because they settled outside court.
Yeah, but that doesn't inherently mean anything, because a lot of times...
but put him in the middle.
Oh, I know, I get it, but...
And stay with me. There's the case Forgetting Neverland. Have you guys seen that documentary?
A long time ago.
We keep falling into entertainment because that's what this podcast is about. How reality becomes movies, how movies make it a reality.
That's what I was going to say. I think we're witnessing reality copying fiction.
That's what we create this podcast. Yeah.
Narratives are molding the reality right now.
And you know why? Because they use PSX Nova to get their dreams come true. I needed to put it there.
Because we tell stories, and we tell stories about what we know, and what we know is real life. Now we dial it up to 11.
But it's nothing like that, dude. It's not new.
Yeah.
First was the books.
Not new.
You know it's Socrates. You're Socrates, right? He looked like Socrates.
Yeah.
You look like Socrates. You wrote a book, right? To the point.
Does he look like Socrates?
I don't know.
Platoon, right? Right? Now how do you call a love that is not sexual? Platonic. Platonic till the day. That inspired more than 2,000 stories and movies. Just that simple fact. Stay with me. Forgetting Neverland. 2 guys that they came and say, he touched me. One, a person that, again, you don't know if he wanted for the money, for the fame. But the second one, he's wealthy, successful, and he was the choreographer from NSYNC and Britney Spears. And the guy says at the end, you can believe me or not, I don't need your money, I don't need your sympathy, but what I live, right, it was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's remember and let's analyze a second. We can do a Michael Jackson special if you want the next show. Because
we should.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I do not respect a person that is accused or induced or even mentioned that is in correlation with pedophilia.
Right.
I do not. In Mexico, we have a saying that says, si el río suena, agua lleva. That means if the river flows, it's because the water is flowing. So it means if it's something happening, right, it's because something is there.
Well, yeah, but sometimes
right?
they make a river.
I understand, but the water will flow either way.
Well, right, because you've made it, you've directed
Yeah,
it.
but have you ever heard about Hugh Grant being accused of something?
Yes.
When?
Hugh Grant?
He was accused of prostitution in LA.
Ah, come on, prostitution is a normal thing.
I mean,
it's illegal.
Fair.
I'm just
but just to answer your question,
okay,
yes.
To my point. Bon Jovi, have you heard something about Bon Jovi and kids?
Only that he gives Love a bad name.
Bruce Springsteen.
No.
I heard that
Bob Dylan.
I heard that he was born to run.
Okay, we got Bob Dylan.
Yeah, he's my little one.
Okay, look, the only pedophile that we know, right, that we for sure know, was so famous that they forgive him because of that. Elvis Presley married a 16-year-old woman. She started dating Priscilla when she was 15.
Yeah.
Do we care about that? No.
Wait, what was Michael Jackson's baby mama's name?
I don't know, but her daughter is God damn.
Debbie Rowe.
Paris Jackson is holy.
Debbie Rowe.
Why am I thinking that her last name was Presley?
Anne-Marie Presley you're thinking about?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Anyway. He was married to Michael Jackson in the 90s.
Yeah. Okay. There was a connection.
My point is because we went far away from the Murdochs.
Yeah.
Double check your sources. Not because you see it once on TikTok or in Facebook is real. You like the concept, go to Google, double check your sources. Every time that somebody told me, you saw who just died? I went to just and check it out, like, no.
I will give you an example. Shortly after, like within days of Charlie Kirk dying, I saw a bunch of people online sharing this story about how, oh God, what's his widow's name? Why am I blanking?
Erica Kirk.
I got it.
Erica Kirk.
Something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, there was social media posts, and I figured it was bullshit from the beginning because she had donated money and worked with some orphanage in Ukraine like years ago, and it was accused that they were trafficking children, and now people are like, see, and I'm like, well, hang on, what are you basing this on? And sure enough, it was debunked relatively easily. But the thing is, the memes making the accusations were all over the place, but the corrections you have to dig for.
Yeah.
And that's something really bad with society nowadays. They just, whatever they read, they believe, and I don't think that's fair, man.
Dude, we're seeing it. Okay, so in the Murdoch case, the reason they annulled the earlier trial, or the reason that they're trialing, is because the prosecution influenced the jury in a way that many people today seem to want to operate. That they want to convince you of their point of view. They don't want to present you with facts. They want to spin it, and they want you to agree with them.
Well, yeah, that's why juries aren't supposed to be exposed to media and whatnot, especially in those high-profile cases.
Okay, I'm going to sound really bad, but you know what I like about the 90s and the 2000s? And stay with me, because I know you're going to jump on
everything.
Jerry Springer.
Oh, God.
Stay with me. Jerry was great because he's like, we're going to listen to your opinion. We're going to listen to your opinion, but I have the data here.
And now
the data is going to tell me the truth, right? Yeah, but the thing, so we have a whole show, right? Who's the father, right? Remember? And the guy hit each other. And at the end, it's like, what you say and what you say is bullshit. Because I got the proof here. Nowadays, we have a Jerry Springer in social media without the data and resolution. And that's annoying. And I'm going to do this once in our own podcast. Give me a second. Jerry. I love Jerry Springer.
Well, you know what else is annoying?
Gerardo.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Yeah, that's true.
Oprah.
You know, what is also annoying is when you have a streaming service and then you realize one day you're like, they got a lot of stuff, but none of it's very good.
Yeah.
You know the streaming service that you don't have that problem with?
Please share with us.
The mountain of entertainment that is Paramount Plus. And guess what? They pay us money to tell you people out there to sign up for your free 7 days of Paramount Plus. Click the link in the description below. You will not be disappointed because it is, in my not so humble opinion, I think it is the best value streaming service. It's not the cheapest because Tubi TV is free.
First of all, if you're a football fan, get it right now so you don't pay extra for football. I got it for that.
I have to tell you, this is real talk here, real talk, because I love my Paramount Plus. But it was funny because I was on social media, and I'm seeing a lot of videos of Sean Strickland talking shit about his fight coming up, and I'm like, I kind of want to watch Sean Strickland kick the shit out of this guy. And then I realized the night of the fight, I'm like, I'll look up highlights. I'm like, wait a minute. It's on Paramount
Plus. You got it
Plus.
in Paramount Plus.
I have Paramount Plus. Now, I made the mistake of watching the entire event far too long. But I did watch that fight. Dude, Sean Strickland is...
Bro, having Paramount Plus is... There's a show called Navy One.
Yeah, it's on there.
I started watching the first episode, and for season 6, I'm so attached that when one of the guys, I'm gonna say who, passed, I'm crying so bad, dude, that I remember that I was at my mom's, right? And she came to see, are you okay? Because I was like, dude, of course my testosterone was really low, but what a great show.
Paramount Plus does not lower testosterone naturally.
No. No, I
so
mean,
sign up for your free week today on Paramount.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Guys, we're running out of time. We actually passed our time. But thank you very much to all our audience. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate your recommendations.
Well, we got to do recommendations real quick.
I'm going to go crazy. All the more the Dead in the Family Hulu. If you don't watch this, you don't know what's going on. That's my recommendation. Go ahead, Jake.
Okay, so mine tying into our friends at Paramount Plus, especially if you like Yellowstone, you've seen this already. But even so, I haven't seen Yellowstone. I started.
Get out of here!
I've started.
Get out of here!
What made me want to watch Yellowstone is I kept seeing clips online, and I'm like, this show looks really good. 1823.
Ooh, 1822 is really good with Harrison Ford.
No, that's 1923. What's the?
Oh, sorry, I confused.
Or is it 18? It's 1883. I'm sorry.
1883. Yeah.
Dude.
You know what I've been waiting in 1883? That the Doc and Marty appears. I was
thinking the same thing. I'm watching them like that would be hilarious. Just see a DeLorean come out.
Do you guys remember A Million Ways to Die in the West?
Love that movie.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead,
but dude, 1883. Oh. Just when you think it can't hit you any harder, it's
That's
so
what
good.
she said.
That is.
Do you have a recommendation, Mr. Pan?
Yeah, I want to recommend a movie, especially for the younger people that might be watching us, because I think it shows how you should ask questions and you should doubt what especially the government or media are trying to put into your head. The movie is JFK by Oliver Stone. So if you want to train your mind, if you want to, get the hamster running, watch that movie.
That's a good one.
Cultivate your mind. Don't just doubt people. Don't just hate the government just because you want to hate the government.
Or because you saw it on social media. Read.
Yeah.
Educate.
Question things, make up your mind, be smart, and be kind. That's my recommendation.
Nice.
Score.
Thank you, everyone. See you next week. What can we agree on Michael Jackson special?
Yeah, might as well.
But we can compromise that we all gonna watch the movie Michael before going.
Yeah, I can make that happen.
Sure.
Okay, I can make that because I was gonna skip it to be honest with you because I'm a anti Michael, anti MJ. I am.
He's the king of pop, baby.
No. Just because you sing nice, you're allowed to do crime. You can. Next week, Why we don't bring Michael Jackson to trial to court next week?
Oh Lord.
We'll talk about that.
Ah, pussies.
Well, we already
Like
know
him.
he's bad.
I just want to say something with that Michael Jackson say goodbye. There you go. All right, see you later.